like I say, I always say there's no secret to success. It's only a blueprint. You just gotta follow it.
That's it.
You gotta find it and follow it. And it's funny because I just looked up a few things. And everything that you just hit on, bro. It talks about growth mindset. We talk about that a lot. And it's like, but how do you transform your mind to go into prep mode? And it said number one, you gotta have a growth mindset. You gotta be willing to look at something that you ain't never looked at before.
For real.
You gotta be able to read something that you ain't never read before. You gotta be able to step in doors that you ain't never stepped in before. It's being able to transform your mindset to think opposite of what you've been thinking that got you to the point where you are right now. It's that simple. Yeah. We don't always know where to start. Sometimes you just gotta start. And like bro said, you just gotta start looking in a different direction. So once it goes back to where's your mind frame of your want to. Because if you just want to continue to go along with life and the way it's went, then you're going to continue to get what you've gotten. But if you want something different, then you got to try something different. Yeah.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop motivated apparel and grab yourself some motivated apparel today.
What up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. Once again, y'all, what's up, Blueprint Nation? Stand up. We in the building.
Yes, sir.
Once again on tonight, man, we thank y'all for keeping us tuned in to having a special seat in your house, in your car, or wherever you may be watching or listening. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. And once again, we're excited to be with y'all tonight. Got another lively one for you tonight. Once again, this your boy, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Chef Motivator. Once again, I'm joined together with my brother from another mother. Yeah. Man, y'all give it up for Mr. Dumbo himself.
Yeah.
Mr. Alxndr Hall, man.
Yeah. What's going on, man? Blueprint Nation.
Stay dope.
Yo, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening?
You already know, man. Slide through the week.
Slide through
you know
the week.
What I'm saying? Trucking through the week.
Once again.
Just trucking through the week. You know what I'm saying? Just, we here. We live.
Yeah.
Hold on. First and foremost, man, North K,
we are on the way.
For sure.
Straight
we
like
got
that.
Throne Room dropping March 19th. Kingdom Revival
a couple
Records,
days out.
Produced by Diamond Certifico.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Diamond got that diamond shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, speaking since y'all in partnership with
Kingdom Revival.
So
sure.
Would we be able to take the video and put it at the end of the podcast? See if you can get that clear.
Yeah, for sure. I will ask him. I'm pretty sure it won't be no problem because it's promotion.
Because like I said, this is our own platform. So anytime we drop something,
Facts.
we'll drop it on the platform.
Yeah, it should be no problem.
Circulate.
So whatever episode for that week, we'll drop it at the end.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta take advantage of what we got, man.
Hey, for sure. And shouts out to the Creative Kings, man. My man Ryan Isaiah from Gainesville, man.
Yes, sir.
He's good friend of mine, bro. He's solid brother in the faith. Man, he just it's a blessing, bro.
Yeah.
I was talking to him one day, and he was praying over my relationship. Just solid people.
Yeah. That's
solid,
what you
man. So, so
facts.
Yeah, man. We just working, man. We got some more stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That
third room slide though. It's a vibe, man. It's different. You know what I'm saying? So
And it's you, dog. I like your sound, dog. Like,
Yes, I just,
your sound
They
killer.
pulled you out your element a little bit.
look, they exercised my creativity. That's all
Yeah.
it is. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, because I've been writing stuff like that for other people. It's my first time using it for myself. So
Yeah.
so it was fun, bro.
Yeah.
It look fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dog.
Yes, sir. Well, we gonna tune the dial
My
in to
dog.
my right, your left. My brother from the same mother,
All day.
Man.
Mr. Big Bag himself.
Keep
Yeah.
it speaking
Big
it
Dub.
to existence.
Mr. If I ain't got it, I can go get it.
It's all day.
Mr. Big Pockets.
We don't
Pockets
play.
stay on swole. Let me hold some.
Hey, if I got it, you got it. That's the more of the story.
But y'all give it up for my brother from the same mother, man. Give it up for Boy Wonda.
Blueprint Nation.
What's happening, man?
Oh man, the Lord
is
the Lord is good, man.
And he is good all the time, and all the time he is good.
I'm telling you, what a better time to be alive than now. But doing good, man. Love and Loyalty EP is out. You can check it out on the BTGM Media Network app. You can subscribe, monthly, $2.99, yearly, $29.99. We got so much content.
Yes, sir.
From music, podcasts, to documentaries, you name it. Pretty much anything in entertainment through faith-based. We got you covered. So
Sure.
definitely the pre-orders for the EP also. It'll be dropping it at the end of this month. So all you Apple Music lovers and Tidals and Spotify and Amazon, it'll be for your listening pleasure. But
Go get it.
hey, and then prepping for the tour pretty much. Right now.
Not now, but right now.
Don't play with me. No. But just prepping for the tour and then also for school. So man, it's been a busy season, bro. Just constant preparation.
Who you tell?
Constant, bro. Like it hits different with your vision, and you always doing self-inventory behind the scenes. You're like, okay, it's like you get a lot done, but it just look like, hello. So, but I just thank God He gives me the grace to be able to get the strength to do it, and the will, the wisdom, and it ain't easy, brother.
If it was
By far.
easy, everybody would do it.
As Denzel said, if it was easy, there would be no Taraji Henson. There would be no Octavia Spencer, no Russell Hornsby. There would be no Denzel Washington. But I'm enjoying the moment, man.
Yeah.
It feels good to be in the will of God and see Him show out on your behalf,
Yeah.
and taking a step into the unknown. When you just like,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah. I got some things on the calendar in the upcoming months. I'm kind of excited to see how God gonna move in those spaces of influence, so to speak. So,
Because you have been moving, brother. I've been watching. Roadrunner. Beep, beep.
Yeah, my phone been blowing up all day. I guess everybody enjoyed the video I posted this morning.
Facts.
And my brother sent me a text, man, saying, keep going, bro. Keep going, man. So I was like, yeah. So,
Bro, it's crazy because I was talking to a friend of mine, Greg, before on my way here. And it's like, bro, the way y'all do things in excellence, like, we watching. People may not say it, but they watching.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
bro, the way y'all move and how y'all moving and the videos y'all dropping, the commercials and things of that nature. I was like, I appreciate it, bro. It's just, you just gotta be consistent. That's it. Like, even when E.T. said, you may do this better than me, you may do that better than me, but you will not outwork me. So, because you have people, everybody's opinionated with, how they feel about other people. Oh, they shouldn't be there. And a lot of times it ain't got to do with just what they know. And you may not appeal to the talent that's there, but they're using it and they know how to connect. They're just making the connections and making it work for them. That's it. So a lot of times it's who you know.
Right.
A lot of times. So consistency is key. Stay forward, stay committed, stay faithful. It's gonna pop.
Right.
You've seen it happen for too many other people, not for it to happen for us, especially on our side in the kingdom. So we just keep moving, keep pushing,
Yeah. Yeah.
keep thriving.
Yeah. That's it, man. That's the name of the game, and I think that's what a lot of people drop the ball. Is being inconsistent. And I always say this: it's one thing to quit, but it's another thing to shift. When you quit, done, kaput, out. But when you shift, it's just a change, transition. You know what I'm saying? So you may keep the destination the same, but the route changes. How you get there changes. And a lot of people, they give up before they can get an established route going. You know, because you got to have some type of longevity. And once again, it goes back to, like I always say, you know, you can't build resilience. But as soon as there's a sign of adversity, you're packing it in. You can't do that, you know. So consistency plays a huge key.
Yeah. Man, like you said before, as soon as that weight hit, you buck.
No,
you can't get strong that way. You can't get strong that way, son. That was just the bar. That was just the bar. I ain't even put the weights on yet.
No, we do though.
Real spill. Real spill, man.
That's why sometimes when you go through a little hell, sometimes it's not all bad. No, okay, don't get me wrong. Like whatever that you may go through, it might not feel good. It might not be the greatest thing. But here's the thing though, that I kind of start just like replaying in my mind, like Ecclesiastes, King Solomon is somewhere in the portion of scripture. He says something along the lines of, there's nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you know, if something happened one time, and if you're still living and breathing, 9 times out of 10, somewhere it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can't control somebody else. You can't control the exterior variables, but you can control the interior variables, right? So, bro, when stuff be happening, it might not feel the greatest, but once you make it through there, because you will make it through, you will come on the other side. So when you on your journey, if you see something that look like it could be the same thing, you know how to handle it because you kind of been through something like that before. So you know how to maneuver when you come to this blockage again, or when you come to this problem again, or when you come to this mountain again. You done climbed one mountain before. That mountain was called Mount Everest. This mountain might be called Mount
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Or Mount Fiji or Mount
Everest, Mount Rushmore.
The name
Mount Dumore.
Mount Dumore.
Mount No.
Whatever mount it is.
Mount No.
Mount No, right? So, but when you come to Mount No, at least now you know how to get over a mountain.
Yeah.
The name behind Mount changes, but the name in front of the mount don't. If it's a mount, okay, I done been through a mount before.
Right.
So either I'm gonna go over it or I'm gonna go around it. Mount Rushmore was cold. Mount No might be hot. I was freezing on this mount. I might be sweating on this one. Either way, either I'm going over or I'm gonna go around it. So sometimes going through a little HE hockey stick ain't too bad because it give you the tools you need to know how to maneuver when things come up that you don't want to come up. You know what I'm saying?
In each mount that you climb, it shows you previously how to handle what's to come. Because everything is preparation for the next stage. So if you're climbing this mountain a certain way, okay, I'm on the next mountain. I conquered that. I'm doing the same thing, but it's like, oh, wait, hold on. I got to think about this one now because it's a certain way I got to move. There's a certain breathing posture. There's a certain height, a certain level. So how do I get around this mountain? I can do some things previous from here, but this is a whole new experience now. So now I got to really calculate, how do I move on this mountain, and what can I use to help me get on past this mountain, on to the next, in preparation.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's because I think that's important. And I was actually reading an article. I think it was yesterday. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day. I don't remember. But they done started, I think, with the DOE, Department of Education, saying over 1,300 workers either fit to be laid off or laid off to the tune of, y'all got to be out of the building by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, type deal.
That's
crazy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a lot of shifting, a lot of transition going on, and you know, my heart goes out to everybody that's impacted with, you know, all the stuff that's going on right now. However, I want to kind of shine a light on in what Dub just kind of left off of. It's like kind of like preparing for the next, and just watching how the world it's like it's crazy how the human mind and the psyche works. It's like you can see danger and you're aware of the danger, and then it's like it's like out of sight, out of mind, and you find yourself circling around right back into that danger zone. And at this time, instead of you being prepared, you kind of find yourself being unprepared. And what I mean by that is, when I look at society, it's like when I looked at coming out of the pandemic, year 2 out of the pandemic.
Yeah.
People went right, spending money, doing this, going out, doing this. I'm like, is anybody saving? Is anybody doing it? You know what I'm saying? Doing anything different? So, and I understand, you know, things can be tight. 'Cause trust me, we've been to the top, been to the bottom, been in the middle, inside, upside, turns. But my focus isn't really so much for the activity yet, but the mindset of having that mindset of preparation. Because if I walk in that mindset of preparation, then I'm going to make sure the activity follows. So it's really not that big of a deal. But if I'm going to prepare for my next, a lot of times we're not preparing for the next because we're just enjoying the moment in the moment right then and there. And so when calamity happens, it always happens. When calamity happens, what happens? Everybody want to run to the church. But as long as everything going fine, the church is the last place you're thinking about. You got money in your pocket, everything going good. You know, you ain't putting up, you're not investing, you're not trying to start a business, you know. But, you know, as soon as calamity hit, now you're panicking, you know. Yeah, that's part of preparation. You know this, because you really don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow. But you do know this. If I do wake up tomorrow, guess what's going to happen? I got to go to work. I got to pay bills. I got a routine. I got a family. I got somebody to take care of that's dependent on me and my actions and my responses to the responsibilities that I have. Somebody's counting on me. I do know that. So if I do wake up, that ain't going to change. Now, what needs to change is how I prepare for that, if that is to happen. Or if I don't wake up tomorrow morning, am I prepared for that? In most cases, we're not. Because families are stuck. You know, nobody has the proper documents, insurances in place, so families are stuck. So the preparedness goes out of the window. So I guess what I want to do, it kind of hit a vein when you did that. So, because we're all preparing for that next level.
Yeah.
And I look at it this way. You're preparing to succeed or you're preparing to fail. Either way, you're preparing. Subconsciously or consciously. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and there's an old saying, well, people don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? And yes, things require faith, but once again, James tells us faith without works is dead. So, and then you got the story of the 10 virgins. 5 came prepared, 5 wasn't prepared. The 5 that came prepared got access to the bridal party, the wedding ceremony, everything that partake behind those closed doors. The ones that wasn't prepared, they got stuck on the outside because they wasn't prepared. So what kind of encouragement can we offer the people tonight, and in spite of everything that's going on right now, to how to stay not in panic mode, but maybe in a calmness state, sort of, to stay in and just prepare, whatever that looks like for the individual. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And even with us, we're constantly preparing for that next level, whatever that looks like. You know, we're constantly talking about making adjustments, but just what are you guys kind of thinking there, like for us, like preparedness and things of that nature? And what kind of words of encouragement or any ideas we can kind of offer the audience tonight, and in preparation for what's to come?
Definitely. I think one of the first things that's important is, what is the cost of comfort?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go a little deeper
like
too.
that.
What is the cost of comfort, and what are you willing to let go of, and what are you willing to put forth without you being part of the collateral damage? A lot of times, when you think about the fires in LA, right? They say, man, that's way over in the other county. You don't think danger's gonna hit you. You got all these trees, and you think, oh man, we got X amount of scape of land. It's far over there. It's not gonna come over here. Next thing you know, you're in a state of evacuation because you thought that wasn't gonna be a reality.
Right.
So we're good until things come into the circumference or the parameters that we think is a safe haven, a safe net. Matter of fact, this was when I had my 2006 Altima, and I did this when I didn't have a car for a year. So I pretty much was waiting, 'cause with dad and mom work schedule, it was kind of hard to like actually go looking. But I used that time to prep. It helped me save a lot of money. Because normally I would be somewhere because of shows, things of that nature. It also made me more selective of what shows I'm going to be a part of. And because I'm using my mom's vehicle, now I have to implement that as part of the cost. And I have to see deem as valuable that situation is going to not only benefit me, but it's worth to ask, hey, can I use your car for this event? And they'll let me use it. But I also kept in mind that I'm not going to keep abusing that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to count the cost and what's going to be charged to you. Because if you don't, you're going to be out of here like soon as a situation happens, or a natural disaster, or the sudden losses of jobs, it shouldn't take that to cause you to prepare. Because you can't prepare for what's already there. You can only prepare for what's to prevent.
That's good.
Because you have people that's panicking because they felt that job was their end all be all, and God will allow things to shake you up to do something different constantly because what you're doing is obviously not working. So now you have to sit with yourself. Okay, man, I could possibly lose my job tomorrow. Right. And if I do, will I be okay? Will I still be able to function and do things like I normally do if I don't count the cost of comfort? Because comfort is it's snuggy. You in there, you comfortable. It's like, hey, we about to Netflix and binge. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. But then if there's a boom, boom, boom at the door, you gonna hop up, panic. Like, yo, what is that? Then you have intruders coming in onto something that you prep for, that you work hard for, but you didn't prepare for the dangers on the outside of it. So with your vision, with your purpose, with what you're called to, what measures are you taking to be prepared for the unexpected? Because you always have to take those measures. You always have to count the cost of what can happen. Because, bruh, you could be here today, gone today. It ain't no here today, gone tomorrow. You could be here today and gone today.
Right.
that's how rapid things are happening. That's how so much destruction, so much killing, so many accidents. Like, God is really trying to get our attention. Like, I move as if I don't have time to move. I have to. For one, it keeps me on my toes. For two, it keeps me sharp. For three, I have to be with other individuals that's walking like that, because if, hey, bro, I see you kind of slipping, you kind of sliding, like, you need to tighten up. Like, I think it's just counting the cost of what's going to be costly. And what is that cost? What is it? That job? Is it that relationship? Is it that vehicle? What are we counting for? And why aren't we willing to let that go? Is it so good to be so comfortable to where it puts you in a state of panic when danger arises, when uncertainty arises? So in this moment, God allows us to see other things that happen in other places to get our attention. We have warnings, we have alerts. Warnings come before destruction. That could be anything, but we just have to tune in and be willing to tune in and be willing to shift and change. So I said all that to say this. Don't get into a panic mode. Get into a more posturous mode. What I mean by that is, sit with yourself, do a self-inventory. You know where you are. You know where you're trying to go. What will you let go? And if the things that you won't let go outweigh the things that you will let go, then you got to do some readjusting.
Yeah, that's good.
You got to rebalance. You got to reprioritize. I'm 40. I've never felt such an urgency in my life. Out of all the years we've been living. I've never felt such an urgency to shift this, move that, alternate this, customize that. I've never felt such an urgency. And so you have to move like you don't have time. Because we move as if we got all the time in the world. Like, nah, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. And then it's kind of like arrogantly saying that God is going to give us the grace to live another day. Because we think we have the time when we don't. We just don't. That's the reality of it. And it's not to scare you. Again, it's to prepare you. It's to shift. It's to move. It's to put fire underneath you. That if this wouldn't have happened, would you have done something differently? Would you do something different? Because all our experiences shape us to move differently.
Yeah.
If we didn't have these experiences, bro, we wouldn't be multifaceted. We would just be one-dimensional. There's no take or perspectives you can get from other people that can help you and shift your foundation and help you get to, like, everything we do is not for us, it's to help each other. So just count the cost. Just count the cost of comfort. Because you gonna pay.
Yeah.
Either willingly or unwillingly.
Yeah, for sure.
You gonna pay.
Yeah, that's good. And my mind is going to a couple of scenarios. I was watching Dave Shan's podcast, the one with the hot seat.
Yeah.
And he had a dude in there. Oh my God! I was like, if uncoachable was a person, he probably would have been it. But he seemed like a nice dude. But it seemed like every time he was just making. Every time David Shannon was trying to offer advice, he would kind of offer. I'm like, dude, you're in the hot seat for a reason, dog. So
He didn't understand this.
but he played. He was an athlete, and dabbling in some. I forgot what his business venture was, but of course, you know, he's in the hot seat. But his thing was because he didn't make the league. Now he tells kids to have a plan B, and so Shams was like, I don't agree with that. He said, I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna put it in my own words, and which I understood both perspectives, but I think the way the young man verbalized what he was thinking might have came across a little bit better than what allowed David to say what he said, which was, I see his point too. He was saying, and I'm gonna tell you why that's not a good idea. He said because and he shared his experience, and see, 'cause that's what's going on. See, everybody learn from their own experiences, so everybody's perspective is different, and their perspective is based upon their experience. And so David was giving his perspective from his experience because when he was growing up, his dad taught him a certain way. That when you do something, you put your all into it. So when he hears the simple fact of now he's telling the young kids that are athletes, like, listen, you need to have a plan B, because what happens if you get hurt? What happens if you know, what? I tell the kids that all the time. Because you should have something about you that isn't centered around football, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, any kind of ball. Because once that ball is taken out your hand, most athletes lose their mind because they don't put everything in that sport and didn't put anything in their personal development. You know what I'm saying? So, but then on the flip side, while you're in this arena, I'm telling you, I need everything from you. If you're gonna play this sport, why don't you need to practice, you need to be at weight training, you need to do some extra afterward. So my approach is a little bit more balanced, which his could have been too, but like I said, the way he verbalized it is why Shan's went that way. Because I'm doing both. I'm like, you need to know about yourself, other things about yourself other than that sport. And that's basically what the young man was saying. So David was like, well, my dad taught me if I do something, boy, you better put your all into it. So to me, if you telling the kids to have a plan B, then how can they give their all if they got a plan B in the back of their head? Right. So you see what I'm saying? It was a so. And then I had another young man that I actually follow on Instagram, and he's a motivational speaker. And young guy, I think he might be like 19, 20. And so his thing was he was an athlete and got hurt. And he said basically by him getting hurt, that forced him to focus on something else. Yeah. Because he couldn't do nothing. Because he had to recover, he had to recuperate, go through rehab. And so by that's what kind of led him down this path. And this is what he's doing now, traveling and speaking, you know, and the author and all of the above. And so, and I'm saying all that to kind of say this and said, I know you got something to add. I'm saying all that to say this is preparedness comes in different ways. It comes in different forms. And so you have to base your preparation based upon the need that encompasses you and your family. And so if protection, if I don't want to say comfortability, but if stability, that's where if stability is your portion, then you just can't live for today. So it's just like those two scenarios that I just gave you, based upon your perspective. Somebody has to come into your life to give you a balanced perspective. However, it's still somebody else's perspective. And now what shapes our lives outside of our experiences and our perspectives is the perspectives and experiences of others. And so it is our choice to be able to go in there and take the meat and spit out the bones, so to speak, that we need for our life. And so in your prepared state, I think the best thing is moving forward is not allowing yourself to be comfortable in your state. And I told my girls this right here. I said, I don't care how good of a job you have. I don't care how much money you make. You better have a business or something that creates some type of income that can sustain you. Because you never know what can happen. And if you got something else outside of that has the ability to sustain you, then you're doing a good job. I say outside of that, don't rely on it. But the problem is this right here, guys. It's not the fact that you tried and didn't succeed. It's the fact that you didn't try at all. So I don't even think it's not so much of the fact that you ain't prepared, you ain't try to prepare.
This is true.
You ain't even try to.
You try to
You ain't
prepare
even
because you was comfortable.
You ain't even try to make an adjustment.
You ain't try to make an adjustment.
You just walked away.
You just going through life.
You just
Shopping, eating, going through life. You know you got to save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
And
People. You put more money in your cell phone than in your bank account.
which is crazy.
Because as soon as the next cell phone come out, that $1,500 cell phone that they don't put that price tag on, because they know you gonna buy it, because 1,000 of y'all stood in line.
That you even finished paying the previous one off.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like
So, bro, this phone's so old. I keep telling myself I got to get it because I use my phone for recording when I can. When find a videographer to film me when I'm out, so I just use mine. I'm like, man, this thing is outdated, but that's just me. I ain't got Bill Gates' money, but I got the mentality.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna spend $300,000 on a car for? That's just me.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel it.
That's just me.
Yeah.
When I can take that money and do something else with it.
That'll make me money.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's how I am with my phone. Like I have a phone and I keep a phone to the dark ages. That's just me, because I'm like, why am I gonna spend $1,000 for? But it's like I'm to the point now. Of course it's an investment. It's a business expense. But I'm like, yeah, I need to go ahead and bite the bullet. Just go and buy me a new phone. He should been talking about. I've been told you to go get you a new.
You ain't gotta say it like that.
Yeah, I've been told you to sit over to get you a new phone. You know what I'm saying?
So, bro,
I get that same shit. That's what I'm saying. I hear that all the time, bro. Somebody called me yesterday,
Oh man.
and I was swiping and couldn't pick up. I said, yeah, my phone raggedy. My phone raggedy, boy.
delay.
It's
And
time,
you know,
boy.
because it ain't the fact that you can't. It's just your mind. Your mind be fixated on something that's more important to you at the time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
for real.
So it's just like, it ain't the fact that we're not, don't want y'all to, get tonight's podcast without harping on saying that you're not prepared. No. It's just, did you even try? It ain't the fact, because our mind be so fixated on just living now. And then when tomorrow comes, you be like, oh, shoot. Retirement comes and you be like, oh, shoot.
That survival mode has an expiration date.
You know what I'm saying?
It does. And I want to ask a question, because you made a good point when it comes to sports.
I love sports. It tells so much about life, bro.
Because it didn't really make me think about what I'm about to ask you, and then say, we'll get your point of view, your thoughts, because we poking the bell over there.
I ain't even thinking that. I'm just chilling.
No, I don't believe that. Anywho. So, and what makes me ask this question is because there's been plenty NBA players that end up homeless or without because they didn't save the money that was coming in, or they didn't have something like a 401k, or you know what I'm saying. So does the NBA or any sport for that matter, do they even have?
I heard, yeah. Here's everything what we're talking about too. Is when I said, did you even try to prepare? There are things that are accessible to those guys. Now, what I found out, because we had a kid that made pro. So I was asking him about that one day. I was saying, like, I know, they got stuff in place for, y'all athletes and stuff like that. He would say, well, preach. He said, yeah and no. I say, well, what you mean? He said, well, I guess once you get past a certain point, then the certain things are more open to you.
Yeah.
But until you get kind of like in that place.
Yeah.
So so basically, let's say you got a rookie comes in, right? You don't know if that rookie gonna make it or not.
Ain't
so,
get no help.
So right. So he ain't gonna have access to that stuff.
Nope.
So that's my mind frame. That's what I got from that conversation.
Yeah.
Cause like he unfortunately he got injured. His I want to say the first or the second game of his preseason when he got drafted, and we believe me and Coach both said he would have made the squad. So he been fighting the last couple of years to actually make the roster. He made the roster last year. Mm-hmm. So, but he's still playing that game. They playing that game that he played. But at the end of the day, that's basically what he said. It's like it's almost. I guess you could consider that the waiting period, like a regular job.
Yeah.
You
Kind
know
of like a probation period.
You can't,
but it's a long.
Your benefits ain't gonna kick in for 90 days until after 90 days, or something like that. So I guess until they really see you get past a certain point, everything that they have access to, and that's believable because there are certain investments that you can't even get into unless you have a certain network. Mm-hmm. You don't even have accessible to certain stuff unless you have like a certain
attraction.
Mm-hmm. So, but to answer your question, it goes back to you making a conscious decision to prepare.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, most of them guys don't have no financial literacy. Mm-mm. Most of them guys come from poverty. Mm-hmm. Most of them guys don't. They feel invincible, so they don't listen to the OGs that are trying to tell them. Because you ain't fit to tell me, and that's why I never believed that. I'm like, why so many of these guys going through this stuff like this when I know there's stuff in place? Because I don't care. Listen, I'm bold enough. I don't care if I'm a rookie or not. Is there any way can somebody get me in contact with Shaquille O'Neal? Is there somebody that can get me in contact with a Deion Sanders? Yep. Is there somebody that can get me in contact with a freaking Magic Johnson? I don't care if I'm a rookie or not. I'm trying to listen, God dog it. If I don't come back next year, I'm finna take this 50,000, 100,000, 600,000 signing bonus, and I'm finna flip this bad boy. Mm-hmm. Cause half of that finna go to Uncle Sam.
Yep.
So, and I sat there and I think I shared this on the episode before. And I sat there and I watched the clip of this financial guy was talking to her. I forgot what team. It was a college, a Division I football. Mm-hmm. And he was breaking down. That's his business. He breaks it down. He teaches them how to properly set themselves up financially and legally and for certain things. And he went to breaking down a football salary. So he was like, say you get a $5 million contract. Mm-hmm. Okay. Bam. You got taxes right off the bat. But hold up. You got to pay taxes for each state that you play in outside of your regular tax.
Yep.
Then you have a job tax.
Yep. Because every state is different.
Every state is different. Some states have state tax. Florida don't have state tax.
Hold on. So let me get this straight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So every So that's how they money. So when I learned that, I say, oh, that's another reason why their money goes so fast because they didn't prepare for that.
So they get paid per game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that state. Okay. So I'm trying to. Okay. So that state. Okay. Let's say Dallas plays at Kansas, and let's say. So what?
Which I know Dallas don't have Texas doesn't have a state tax because I looked it up.
So okay, so if Dallas goes to
if
Kansas,
Dallas goes to Kansas
have to pay Dallas. Is that how?
No, because they don't have a.
Or Dallas, whoever wins gets paid.
Dallas. The team from Dallas has to pay taxes per Kansas. Because see, you're in Kansas, so you already got your taxes from them.
Yep.
So if Dallas goes to Kansas, then they have their tax, and then they have their tax also from Kansas.
Mm-hmm. It's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep.
It's deep.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of expenses there.
Our government is corrupt, though. Y'all can, whatever, y'all. We love y'all, Blueprint Nation, but it's corrupt. We taxed to death. We don't own. They got it set up the way you don't own nothing. We're taxed to death. Yes. So it's a lot of tax that goes. These sports athletes have extra taxes that the regular human being don't have to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you take that into consideration, and then everything that we always talk about. Okay, I got to take care of mama. I got to buy mama a house. That's another $200,000-300,000.
Mm-hmm.
So you done went from 10 million to 5 million real quick, and you still got other stuff to do. You ain't played the agent.
Nope.
So it gets broke.
It's a trickle effect.
So it's like, and that's why I be telling like any if the kids have had any conversation that they can't say that they know, because I tell them. Mm-hmm. I say, please, if y'all make it, and this is what I tell them. So parents don't get mad if they do it, because I told them. You should celebrate them for doing it. I told them, I say, don't go buy mama nothing. I say, get your butt in there, and get yourself situated first.
Yep.
I say, I don't care how large of a contract you got. Sit down with a professional that you can trust. So, which means you're going to have to know how to interview people, because you don't want your agent interviewing people.
Nope.
Because if he crooked, then he going to interview crooked people, and then you going to get took.
He going to get money on both sides.
So it's more to it.
You're gonna be like Liam Nelson to take it. Pocket guns just be snatched up. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna. Where's my money?
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
It's in the
Exactly.
the money in Tokyo.
That's exactly. They be so focused on just playing that they don't develop themselves, and they surround themselves with people that they trust. And sometimes the people that they trust be the same one that be taking advantage of them. Yep. But if you don't know, and Mama, God rest her soul, she used to always tell me, she say, son, if you ever make it to that point, she say, if you got somebody running your book, she say, you better know what's going on at all times. She say, matter of fact, when you go into the office sometime, just pop up. Don't even tell them that you're coming. Let me see my book. So it's things like that. It's like, well, you know you got this lump sum of money. You got this money. I know you want to take care of mama. I know you want to take care of daddy, auntie, grandma, sister, Susie, everybody. You want to go back and take care of the whole hood. I get it. I'm for that. Mm-hmm. But you got to put the mask on first. Yeah. So that means you got to sit down and look at the scope of what you got before you start spending. Because what happens is they spend first and then look afterwards. I say, so what you need to do, I say, you need to be comfortable with having a hard conversation. Hey, mom, pop, listen, I'm going to take care of you guys, but just give me some time. I got to set some things up first. Yep. Because what good is it if you don't put the mask down? If you don't put the mask on, and both of y'all crash and burn and die. Mm-hmm. But as long as you put the mask on to get what you need first, now you can put the mask on. All right, Pop, I know what I'm doing, because see, if I'd have been spending out here, bought my, because they're gonna buy a car, they're gonna buy jewelry.
Guaranteed.
That's the athlete starter kit.
We get the Rick Ross starter kit.
That's the athlete starter kit.
The beans and the chain.
And don't forget the lemon pepper.
Now let's just equate that to everyday people. You know, let's roll that. Let's roll the carpet bag.
Sure.
Let's equate that to everyday people. Mm-hmm. Now put that down on your level.
Yeah, you out here doing you living.
Mm-hmm.
You wilding out.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, big dog, you got 4 baby mamas.
That's taxing your pockets.
and now you want a wife.
Ramifications.
Mm-hmm.
But if we start off living like that first.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If little mama, if you start off living like that first, you can't be out here for the streets and then you want a husband. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be hard to get one, little shit.
Right. For real. So now you place the obstacle
in front of yourself,
a barrier in front of you that really didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Because that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. The time you want to get out there and sow your wild oats, and then by the time you get ready to settle down, don't nobody want to deal with you. That's a reality.
Yeah, because
that's reality.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say they're sold on the guarantee. So, like with the players, they sold on the guarantee, oh, I'm getting X amount of money per game. But you're not mapping that out. The women sold on a guarantee. Oh, he loved me. But the ramifications and the actions don't line up with that.
Yeah.
You're counting on the guarantee. Ain't nothing in life guaranteed.
Yeah, ain't nothing guaranteed.
Yeah.
But what you was finna say, bro?
Yeah, you out here walling out, and now you, cause like everybody ain't the same. You know what I mean? Like you right, bro. That's why look. I did it. Blueprint. We ain't talking about like
We all did. We
like,
all
you know what I'm
did.
saying? Like
we all have done
Yeah.
it. It's you have to live and learn, not live
Right.
and lose.
yeah.
A lot of time we're living and losing and not living and learning. Because like I always say, and I don't remember who was the original quote of it, but as long as you're learning, you never lose. You always win. It's somewhere along down the line, you always win. But we have to change our mentality and our approach to how we conduct business and how we conduct our relationship with people and each other. That's your life.
It is.
You get up, you go to work, you operate your business, and you have to coincide with people every day. Why not try to get the best out of that situation?
Yeah.
You gotta prepare for it. But if you don't mentally prepare yourself to say that I need to prepare for it, then it'll never happen. You're gonna always get caught off guard.
Sure. You know what? I think some people, and sometimes I'm gonna just be real. Right. So coming from the house, like, and I think it's everybody. This is why, as iron sharp as iron, one person sharp as another. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, you on your phone and you taking selfies. You go on somebody's gallery. You can see the places they've been. You can see females flicking up. They got Temu clothes on, Amazon. They got pictures of their kids, and that's like what they built. That's their reality. You know what I'm saying? That's like their, like, you know, that's the reality. But when it comes to you going a different place or preparing something different, just how you have your phone gallery built, you have to have your other gallery built. Like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
Like your art gallery has to be something that, even if you don't know how to think or don't know what to think at the moment or don't know how to move at the moment, your face needs to be glued and locked in on something, someplace, and some people that's in a different position than you. That's the only way that's gonna help you, teach you how to maneuver.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because if everybody around you is in the hood, and I'm not knocking my folks that's in the hood, but I'm saying if all you see is drug dealers, if all you see, if your circle, if all your homeboys, I'm talking about all of them, if all your homeboys smoking weed and ain't nobody got no degrees or ain't nobody trying to come above that, then you're gonna be doing the same thing. If all your homegirls got messed up relationships, baby daddy's everything broken, it's always drama, ain't nobody trying to overachieve nothing, that's what you're gonna be doing.
For real.
So you have to be, your face and your eyes have to be planted on something that's further than what you are. So at least you can begin to mimic something. You might not even understand what you're doing at the moment. You don't understand what you're doing at the moment. But you know, okay, I see what they got going on. I don't understand exactly this, but I know they're not doing these type of things. So let me try to do what they doing so I can get a different outcome. What did Albert Einstein say? He said, I think he said something on the lines of, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over then expecting a different result.
Thanks.
And in the only way, because, bro, you might not know what that looked like. People, you gotta be successful. People be on the internet, you wanna be successful. If some people don't know what success look like, and depending on where you're at and where you were raised, and the people around you, your family members, success may look different.
Right. Exactly.
Success may be you graduating from high school.
Right.
Because your 2 cousins got murdered before they was in middle school.
Right. Right.
Success may be you owning a lawn care service because you seen your uncle. He's the top dog in the family. He had a lawn care service, so you want to have a lawn care service because my uncle did it. I can do it.
Facts.
Success may be different for everybody, different. But what I'm saying is that if you don't have a picture for yourself, then your eyes have to be locked in on something all the time. That's higher than you, so you can begin to mimic those things, and so you can become what you see.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that's what helps me now. That's why before we got started, I was locked in on everything that you brought. Was locked in because I know now. I don't know my end destination, but I know God is maneuvering me to a place. So, and I know one of the requirements for me in this season is to be around men and women and families and speakers and ministers and whoever it is that's doing something on a larger scale than I am. I don't care if you mopping the floor. If you mopping the floor like this and that thing extra shiny, hold on, how you did that? Let me
Taking pride in it. You know
let me
what
watch
I'm
you
saying?
mop that floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see how you what type of mop head you use, where you buy it from, what type of chemicals you use. You know what I'm saying? So like what are you doing that I'm not doing so I can be better at it? You know what I'm saying? So your face and your mind have to be planted on something that's greater than you, so you can become greater. And I think that that's like one of the reasons why people don't prepare, because they don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't know where to
That's
start.
true.
If you don't know where to start, it starts at you looking at something that's not where you at.
Yeah.
That's where it starts. It starts at you looking at something that's greater than you. That's where it starts. That's how, my
That's good.
Papa sports guy. I didn't know he was gonna be a sports guy, but my son is a sports guy. My son is one of the men. One of the young men, if you say something about LeBron, oh my gosh.
You gonna look at your crazy.
Oh, he one of them.
Oh my bro, we at Kobe Steakhouse. My man's going in with his cousin. They trying to get me on a conversation. Like, look, you don't want my input. You know what I'm finna say. Daddy, don't you even start.
Angels that kid.
Man, I said, look, Daddy, don't even. Well, hold on, Daddy, don't do the story. My boy starts squeaking. What you mean? What you talking about, Daddy? He a sports guy, right? So he's talking about, look, his cousin say, Mr. Cedric, what you think? Y'all know I'm going with Jordan. Don't even look over here.
Right.
I'm going with MJ. You know what I'm saying? But he you know what I'm saying? But he is he a sports guy. So they started talking about Kobe, and they would start talking about how Kobe was watching Jordan, right? So my oldest son, Pop was like, he said, you don't think LeBron was watching Wilt Chamberlain and them? He said, you don't think LeBron was watching Jerry West them? He said, you don't think LeBron went back and watched that film? He said, of course he watched. My son telling us, right? So in order for LeBron, God already gifted Bron what he needed, right? But in order for that iron sharpens iron thing to take him to where he was at, he watched people who were before him. When he was a kid, he didn't know what that was going to look like. When he figured out he had that gift, he didn't know what that was going to look like. But as he started watching other people, oh, okay, I see what they was doing. They was going to camps. They was getting, so they getting in different schools. Okay, so they practicing hard. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here go Kobe. Okay, let me see. Jordan practicing all the time. Oh, Jordan doing extra shots. Oh, Jordan in the gym in the off season. Okay, you start watching that stuff when you don't know what to do. That's where it starts at. So you ain't gotta know where to start because there's people who already done it. So let me look at you that can help me prepare my way to where I'm finna go.
Yeah.
Same thing, bro.
Tell you.
Bro, Jesus was led into the wilderness.
Yep.
He was led there. He was placed in a desolate location with adversary, and he had to respond to where he knew who he was. Therefore, he was the example of when we get in a place and when something coming against us, this is how you need to respond. He was the example. That's why he was led there. If he was never led there, then we wouldn't know how to be like, nah, I don't need that. I am the righteousness of God. I am the head and not the tail, because he went there so we can look at it. So sometimes we might not know. We might not know, but if we look at the person who done it before us, we have an example of what to do. That's what I'm saying.
That's why it's called a blueprint, dog.
Right now.
That was good. That was good. And that's why it's called the blueprint. Because like I say, I always say there's no secret to success. It's only a blueprint. You just got to follow it.
That's it.
You got to find it and follow it. And it's funny because I just looked up a few things. And everything that you just hit on, bro, it talks about growth mindset. We talk about that a lot. And it's like how do you transform your mind to go into prep mode? And it said number one, you gotta have a growth mindset. You gotta be willing to look at something that you ain't never looked at before.
For real.
You gotta be able to read something that you ain't never read before. You gotta be able to step in doors that you ain't never stepped in before. Do you know, bro, like how intimidated it can be when you in a room full of people or high status people? But the crazy thing about it is embrace the feeling, because you've never been in a room full of high status people.
I'm telling
you. You know what I'm saying?
Make you feel like you got boo boo.
It just be able to glean from that, you know. So it's I'm gonna go back to the 10 virgins, bro. And God was using that as a parable of explanation of the kingdom, right? And so 5 were wise and 5 was foolish. Of course, the 5 that was wise, they took their oil lamps because they didn't know. Here's the thing. They didn't know when the ceremony was going to start. The parable was talking about, they didn't know. They was waiting for the bridegroom to come.
Right.
So they didn't know, which is an indicator. They didn't know what time the ceremony was going to start. So they're out there waiting. And then you got the 5 that were foolish that came out there with their lamps, but they ain't had no oil in it. They ain't had nothing to light the lamps with. So how you going to come to a place that you have no idea of when it's going to start?
Facts.
Which means you could be sitting there for a certain amount of time, and you're sitting out there in the dark, but you didn't bring the necessary tool to ignite your lamp.
That's a bar.
That don't make any sense at all. So how are we going to show up for the party? And doesn't bring, and don't, well, people do that, but how you gonna show up for the party empty-handed? When it's a party that you're supposed to bring something. You know,
Bing bong.
feel like Plies. How you go? You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you said a lot of good stuff, man. You said a lot of good stuff, man. It's being able to transform your mindset to think opposite of what you've been thinking that got you to the point where you are right now. It's that simple. Like, it's just starting.
Yeah.
We don't always know where to start.
Tell
Sometimes you just got to start. And like bro said, you just got to start looking in a different direction.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
Bro.
now we don't have no excuses. You got Google. And now you got Chat GPT and AI. All you got to do is type in the question. They're going to spit out everything you need to know.
On a silver platter.
So once it goes back to where's your mind frame of your want to. Because if you just want to continue to go along with life and the way it's went, then you're going to continue to get what you've gotten. But if you want something different, then you got to try something different.
Yeah. You got to be careful what you condition.
Yeah.
You have to. And then there's be times where I when you work so much and you prep so much, sometimes the downtime feel like a lazy time. But it's more of a reset, a refocus, a reshape, rethinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some few things that I came across here that I thought was really dope, bro. And there's like practical application, and then there's also encouragement. I'm gonna say the encouragement for when we, get out of here. But a few of the things to really consider: identify potential costs, Consider the financial, emotional, time, and relational costs associated with your decision. Assess your resources. Evaluate whether you have the necessary resources, skills, and support to carry out your plan. Seek guidance. Don't hesitate to seek advice from trusted friends, mentors, or counselors who can offer valuable insights. Be realistic. Don't sugarcoat the potential challenges, but also don't let fear paralyze you. And then one of the last ones is focus on the bigger picture. Remember that the journey is often more important than the destination, and that growth and learning can come from both successes and setbacks.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good.
I was like, dog, that's some bars.
And don't trip if the it change.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Because you know how people say, and it's true. Mm-hmm. It's true. If you put in the work, it's gonna work. If you don't give up, it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the it changes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes the it changes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Started off in X-ray school.
Mm-hmm.
It might change.
Mm-hmm.
You might end up in RN school.
Mm-hmm.
What was the end result is you attain something for yourself that you're able to provide for yourself, on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and that elevated you financially. But with it elevating you financially,
Mm-hmm.
you're contributing to the atmosphere differently.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the it's nothing against environmental service because they play a big role,
Right.
Because if they walk out the hospital, it's shutting down. You know how
For
many
real.
diseases and germs in the hospital?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Be for real, like you know what I'm saying?
For real.
The pandemic proved everything. Anybody who cleaning something need a applause
Mm-hmm.
because that stuff, bro. You can't see a germ.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see a virus.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see that.
Right.
Exactly.
You can't. You know what I mean? So, but what you bringing to the table, or what you know what I'm saying, or what you providing, you're doing something in the atmosphere that not everybody can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like now you added something where you have some value,
Mm-hmm.
and that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, it may change, but the end result is still the same. You bossed up. You glowed up, you leveled up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You was making $17 an hour, $20-something a year. Now you a big boy RN, now you're making 75. You bossed up. But at first you start off as an X-ray student. So the it changed, but the end result didn't.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So it's like don't get so caught up on the it being what it is. Cause bro, when I tell you, my it done changed so many times. My it is a model. It got a whole wardrobe. It's just runway. Just
It is.
runway. You feel me? My it got stilettos, everything. Wig. It got everything. Hey,
It's multifaceted. Multi.
my it
dynamic.
runway model.
Oh man.
But for real, Instagram baddie, yeah. whatever y'all need, hey, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying. But whatever it is, as long as I don't stop, it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Facts.
It's gonna work
Facts.
because I worked.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because I worked.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got up. It's bro. Okay. Another thing too. Just friends are wonderful. Friends are phenomenal. Real friends. They gonna reach their hand in the. My daddy used to. He was a pig farmer, so we used to go. Oh no, this man is like a grade A master chef, right? But he liked pigs, so he wanted to farm pigs. So cool, let's farm pigs. He had 2 humongous pig pens, bro. Pigs are the funkiest, loudest things in America. So he had.
He ain't lying.
He had 2 pig pens, right? And since he knew other farmers, and he knew people who grew fresh crops and stuff like that. He had access to things that other people didn't. So he knew people who, like some people from Board and Milk Company. He knew some people from bread companies, stuff like that. They have their old stuff. It was still good, but it's old. He'll bring his truck and trailer. They give it to him. So he had free feed for his pigs. We busted milk in the barrel, and we putting it up, and he was like, "Hey, I'm finna go start feeding this side." So okay. He said, when you fill your bucket, put it on the side so I can grab it and dump it in. Do not get in the pig pen. All right.
Let's see if you listen.
I think we already know what happened.
Did you understand?
I get my bucket, but it was a reason why. Cause I've been in the pig pen before. I'm like, maybe he's just tripping it down. No. I get my bucket, fill it up. It got water, it got bread, it got milk in it, ice cream, cookies. It's a whole bunch of like old food. I go on the top, and then I put it up. Daddy, you need some help? Stay out there. Daddy, you need some help? Well, he over there. I think he needs some help. I get in the pig pen, so I jump in, woof, and then I start sinking, and sink a little more. So then I reach back for the bucket, and I can't get it because I'm too low in the. So then I start leaning forward. Oh snap! I start leaning forward. I'm doing the smooth criminal on the way down. I'm MJ, bro. I face plant, poof. When I face plant, then I start sinking down. The reason why he didn't want me in was because it was raining weeks before, and it was chewing up wood, and it made extra muck in there. And so what he does is he had to shovel it out to give it level ground so he can walk around. But when he don't do that, it's too much, and you will sink in there. And those doggone pigs are volatile. So they eat anything. There's no loyalty for nothing. They're not like a dog. A dog would not bite you if you don't give it a reason, for the most part. Them pigs, they don't care, boy. They would nibble on your behind. Because if a pig, if a mama pig have like a stillbirth for a baby, the daddy pig will come eat the baby. They are volatile, bro. Pigs are crazy. So he was going off cussing and stuff like that. I told you not to. I was in there, bro. I was head to toe, funked out, water hose. My mom was. Bro, she was highly upset. I smelled like pig for like 3 weeks, bro. The tomato bath wasn't doing it, bro. We had to get the bleach, the pine saw. My mama had to get a tub brush and scrub my neck with the tub brush to get the scent out of my skin, bro. It was horrible. But I say all this to this. Dang. Yeah, but being where you need to be at a certain time. That's being where you need to be at a certain time, and not overstepping and not overdoing it. Being where you need to be at a certain time and not overstepping and not overdoing it will keep you in a place to where you're not in a situation where you should not be in. And that comes from being around the people who have done it before. So you have to keep your face on those individuals who have done it before, just in case it helps give you that oomph you need to do what you're trying to do.
And it's a constant reminder.
Yeah.
Right. And just to add a few more things before we get up out of here, and I'll let Dub share the last few things, is it is so crazy, man. Like I always say, it's no secret to success. It's only a blueprint. But also practice an attitude of gratitude. That's part of it. As I'm sitting up here looking at some of the notes here, just being grateful, thankful for what you have and where you are in the moment. And so that creates a different, mindset, so to speak, just to keep it simple, for you to be able to feed and fuel what's necessary to have a growth mindset.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then also changing your language. I was talking about self-talk and affirmations that I put down in my notes as well. That helps with, the expansion of a growth mindset, which has the ability to shift your perspective, which has the ability to shift your actions that lead to a shifting of your habits, which can shift the world that you live in. And so it's everything is leading to something. So you can grump and gripe about what's going on, or you can fixate yourself on a growth mindset and figure out how you're going to get away from point A to point B and not get comfortable with where you are, and then start transforming your mindset that you're always going to be in prep mode and not just be comfortable, because you never know. Like I said, when the 10 virgins were sitting out there, they didn't know what time to. They know they just wanted to be at the ceremony. You just want success. You want stability, but you got to prepare for it. It just don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So self-talk. So you can't be fighting. You know what I'm saying? You have a fight. Back and forth with the spouse. Make it right. You gotta go back and apologize. Go ahead and make it right. Bring peace in your home. At the end of the day, because when things on the outside is in full of turmoil, the last thing we want to do is internally have a war going on in your house. And so, attitude of gratitude can help that out. Start speaking. I noticed the difference in body language with my wife when I speak a certain way. Our good friend of ours, Pastor Eric Alxndr, he has a book entitled Language of Kings. Kings speak certain ways. When you know who you are in God, you speak, you act, and you move a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? King know king talk. At the end of the day, you ain't gonna say certain stuff. What you say carries weight. So your atmosphere has to submit to the things that you interject into it. So if you keep calamity and chaos and frustration and arguments, guess what's gonna always happen? You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It ain't gonna matter that, calamity is knocking on your door. You caused it yourself internally. Exactly. So having, those affirmation and self-talks, you know what I'm saying? It boosts your confidence. It boosts your self-confidence. There's a difference between confidence and self-confidence. Self-confidence is all about yourself, your abilities, the way you function, how you handle things, how you do things. It's all about you. Confidence is just having an assurance, a trust, and relying in something or someone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes a big difference. So to go along with your confidence as well as your self-confidence, you're reassuring yourself that it's going to get better, at the end of the day. So, just take these steps, man. Alxndr had some great points to give you. I had some great points, Boy Wonda had some great points. And I know he got something else he's going to share as we get ready to close out. But just remember that, man. Stay encouraged. No matter what's going on in your life right now, as long as you wake up and you got breath in your body and you can open up them eyes, there's always an opportunity waiting for you to accept it to get better. But it starts with the transformation of your mindset and accepting the growth mindset. As Alxndr said before we were talking, and stop looking at your glass as half empty, but now start looking at your glass as half full.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm
good. Do your thing, bro.
Yeah, that's mandatory for me. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like Blueprint, like I just recently, my light bulb just went off. Like, dang, like it's like everything is half full. I don't care what, it's half full. And from what in my personal life, for the things that I've been growing through and that I've encountered within the last just 60 days, God, like, he proved to me that even when I allow you to go through something, or even when I allow you to go into a season or some type of turmoil may happen, or it feels like turmoil at the moment, if God allows it to happen to you, I guarantee you, your glass is halfway full all the time.
For real.
Because of the things you have to do to endure it, to get through it, it sticks with you. If you wasn't a prayer warrior before, and you going through some crazy junk, and now you have to pray to keep your mind sane, you don't think that's going to stick with you a little bit after your storm ends? Yes, it will.
Yep.
Right.
Because when you're praying all the time, what they say, a habit sticks on what?
21 days.
21 days.
Creating a habit.
When you're praying 21 times, almost in 21 minutes,
You setting world records in your life.
Because if you don't, your emotions gonna make you jump out the car window while you driving. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus, take the wheel.
Take the wheel, literally. Take the wheel, because I'm gonna hit a tree. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Well, the illustration is, it just helps you build that within you. So on the other side, you have God. The trial that you went through, God allowed that to happen to equip you with a tool that you can use forever.
For real.
Forever.
In any season.
You know what I mean? So
That's good. I like how you said it, because you just set it up, so I'm going to just bring it home. That's one of the first two things, and this is just encouragement. But the first thing is trusting God's guidance. If you're seeking God's guidance, trust that he will lead you in the right direction, even if it means making difficult choices. Because the things that are allowed, like he said, that are allowing to happen, it's for a reason. He wants you to move. He wants you to shift. He wants you to do something different. He's prepping you. He's training you. He's cultivating you. And then number two, notice that counting the cost is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of wisdom and foresight. It's a sign of strength. So if somebody feels like, oh, you're just trying to be better than me. Well, you think he is? No. Do I want to be better? Yes. It's not better than you the way you think I want to be better than you, because I'm looking at, I want to be a better version of myself.
I want to be better than me.
Exactly.
The me I was in 2024. I want to be better than that in 2025.
Facts.
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
At all.
So get out your feelings
That's it.
and get in yourself. Because when you get in yourself and get in your bag, and you combine your bag with my bag, then we got something.
For real.
But if you ain't even working on yourself, you're not you're a walking, talking liability. So you don't understand this asset language. You don't understand it. Because you're not trying to be an asset. You literally trying to be a liability. You know what I mean? Like, real estate investors speak a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? They if you say I'm man, I'm finna wholesale this. If you ain't in this, you don't. What's that? You don't want to know what this is. Because you don't hang around real estate investors. You don't know what a Roth IRA is, because you don't hang around people who do things like that. So if I'm talking a certain type of way, doing certain type of things, don't be offended. Don't be offended. I'm trying to become a better version of myself, and if you pay attention, you might be able to pick up some stuff that can help you out.
1000%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's it, man. Awesome way. Hey, prepare for what's coming next, man. And whatever your next is, whatever that looks like. You know, just remember to reassure yourself and grow and rinse and repeat. That's all it is. Keep it simple, you know. And that's it, guys. So we pray we said something once again to give you some nuggets to pick up on your journey and finding and looking like what success is God's way in your life. So at the end of the day, man, y'all know how we like to get up out of here. Shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.